Game is going. So, hi everyone, TigerHawk3 here. Today I'm going to write one of these memory tile puzzle games in Python. If you're not familiar with these, you have a bunch of tiles or cards all face down on the ground, or a table or whatever, your surface, and then you flip one over, and you see what it is, and then you flip a different one over, and if they match, you remove them from the board, and if they don't, you turn them back over, and you continue until it's all clear. So that's pretty much it. And I'll be writing that. I didn't really know what else to do, and this is a game, so I'm going to do that. This one is going to be in the terminal, so a console-based game. Maybe another time we can do a TK Inter version. So that's great. Let's see. The way I generally do this is with a board and a function and a loop. So here we go. The board. What's the board going to be? The board's going to be a 2D list of single character strings. So let's see. Board equals list ABCD, and it's going to be 4x4 for this one, because that's what I'm doing. ABCDEFGH. And then we do this because there have to be 2 of each. We'll change this to random something. Actually, we can totally do that. We need 2 sections. So here we go. Letters equals A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We're gonna need to import random in there. Let's just call this board. Board equals random.shuffle return something new, I think. Random.shuffle board. Actually, we can just do this. Okay, so we're going to does random.shuffle work in place? Oh, you can't shuffle a string. Okay. I'm in the interactive interpreter right now. It looks like it does work in place. So we do this, and we say board equals that, and then we do random.shuffle board. Does that work? I think that works. Yeah, great. Cool. Fantastic. So we have our board. I'm going to give a little room right there. So we're going to shuffle that. And then we need 4 of these. And here's what I'm going to do. board equals board, and I'm going to slice it to 4. Board 4 to 8. This is hard coding, and I don't care at this current juncture in time. I really don't. 8 to 12, board 12 and onward. Okay. So this is 0, 1, 2, and 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, good. Very nice. So that's our board. Now what? Now what? Let me see. Actually, I could just put this in here. Nope, because it's in place. Never mind. So let's see. I'm going to have a function of some kind. And what is this function going to do? It's going to print out the current board. And allow you to pick a tile and show the board with that tile. Actually, I'm gonna have something like the loop is going to be if one tile is equal to another tile, like if my function is equal to my function, then remove those from the board or something. Haven't quite got it yet. There'll be something, but we're going to need a function. Maybe it would be better to have both in the function and just have the loop be a like while game is still going pass sort of thing. How about def choose? I don't know. And then we'll have an x and y to be, actually let's start with a and b, and then the other one will be xy coordinates because we have to pick two tiles. So we'll say a and b equals map int input It's very nice to have bracket matching. Make sure you're using an IDE or editor that does that, or else you end up with unmatched parentheses and you get a syntax error and your code doesn't work. And then you post on Stack Overflow and people say, you have the wrong number of parentheses. And then you go, oops. Happens a lot. AB equals map int input. So what this does is we get input. And remember, we're using Python 3. So this will give us a string. And we will have two characters, the row and the column. And then we'll map that string to integers. So each character will be changed to an integer. And this is not how that works. There we go. That was fun. So we're going to map int input, and we're going to unpack that into A and B. no error checking for now. If you enter a move of potato, it will break. Literally, like if you type in potato, or if you type nothing and press enter, then it breaks. That's okay. We're just getting the mechanics down. We'll add error checking and other fancy things later. So we'll do this. For row in board. We will need, I'm going to write actually more functions that will print the board in various ways. Because we'll want to print, we don't want to just always print the actual board that will show us all the tiles. We want to print either like an asterisk or something, like a placeholder, or the actual content of the tile, or a space if it's been removed. So let's do that. Let's do something rather than nothing. Let's see. This is called breadth first, where I say I'm going to need a function of some kind, and then I start writing that function, and then I say I'm going to need to print the board, and then maybe I should do that. Maybe I need a function to print the board, and then, you know, breadth first. Anyway, I'm also going to need a loop while running. No, while choose. Okay. Pass. All right. So we'll want to print at the beginning, after you pick one tile, after you pick another tile. I'm going to want a sleep in here. I don't want you to, you know, pick the first tile and then it waits. Then you pick the second tile and instantaneously, basically, it says, no, that was not correct, and doesn't show you. And then you've only seen one tile. The point is that you can see two tiles at a time. Import sleep. Import time. Import sleep is what I should do for, because, let's see, I'm going to get AB and XY. Why not do it all at the same time? AB, XY, great. Actually, maybe they'll want to do it separately. We'll do that. Instead of saying pick two tiles right now, it's pick one tile, and then you see it, and then pick another tile. That's what we'll do with two input calls. Good. We're going to want to see first equals board AB and XY is that, and second equals board XY. We're going to want stuff between that, and that's going to be show us the board with that one revealed. So okay then. How about we'll have a show board. Show board, and it will take tiles. So what I want here is I want to be able to specify which tiles we're showing. Otherwise, it will just be asterisks. And I want either 1 or 2. Let's see. Actually, instead of showing a space for ones that are removed, how about just leave them flipped over so we can see it? Should we have a current board? How about this will be the answer? Okay. That's the answer key. And the current board will be what we're looking at. Okay. Show board. With AB. And here we do this, show board, AB and XY. So what am I doing here? I'm calling this show board function. First I'm passing it the coordinates of the first tile we chose, and then we're letting the user pick another one and saying now show board with both tiles that they picked. And what this has to do is for row in board, let's should we enumerate it? Arrange len sort of thing. Might be good because we're choosing the tile by its coordinates, that sort of thing. I don't like using that paradigm though, if I can avoid it. Okay, fine. For row in range len board, fine. Column in range len board 0. Okay. So this will go 0 through 4, and this will go based on the first element, which is 4. So this will properly handle boards that are not square. And this we want answer. Let's change that everywhere, huh? Okay. This is going to be a call to show board. Okay. So we have row and column being integers, starting with 0, 0, and then 0, 1, etc. If row column in tiles we're going to print the thing itself. We're going to print answer row column. Otherwise, we're going to print, forgot to say print. I want this, and I want the end to be a space, I guess. No, not necessary. End equals nothing. And I want it to flush the content. Sometimes if you specify a custom end rather than the default line feed, you can print stuff and it won't actually print immediately, and it'll just be in the buffer. And then you go, where's my printout? It'll print eventually, maybe, unless there's an error, and then we'll just discard the buffer. So if you want it to print immediately, use flush equals true, if you want to guarantee that. Another way of doing this is import sys, and then you do sys.stdout.flush. But this is better and easier because print is a wonderful function. We're going to print that. Otherwise, print a star. End equals nothing, flush equals true. And then at the end of the row, we're going to print just a line feed and nothing else. So that's a call to print. Prints just the end, which is a new line. Great. Does this make any sense? I hope it does. Oh, how about this? What if we don't pass anything? Ooh, interesting. Let's take a look at that. Def f start args, print the repro of the args. F with 1 and 2. Okay. F by itself prints an empty tuple. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that the args exist. That's important. Okay, so tiles, if there aren't any passed, it'll just be an empty thing. And then it will not be true. And then it will just print this every time. What if it's already been answered? Oh, I know. Otherwise, instead of answer, we want board. Okay. So either the answer key or the current board. Great. Time.sleep 2 seconds. Time.sleep takes an integer argument, sorry, a number of any kind. It can be a floating point value, and stops execution of the thread for that amount of time. So it's okay to use it in the console, especially if you're properly using flush. But don't know if I mentioned it, don't use that ntk enter, because you will stop the thread and it won't accept user input or anything. The interface will go unresponsive, and then it will do everything at the same time. If you have like reconfigure a label or something, if you have a label and you want it to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you go label.configure 4, you know, text equals 4, whatever, time.sleep 1, label.config text equals 3, time.sleep 1, etc., with a configure and a sleep and configure and a sleep, it will appear to be stopped at 5 for like 5 seconds, and then it will be 0 suddenly. So yeah, not what we want. So we're going to show this. Okay, we're going to show that with both of those. If first is the same as second, answer board AB gets answer AB. And same for XY. XY equals answer XY. Okay. So what does this do? We're going to get some input, and then we're going to say, you know, this is the first one. Actually, I'm going to move this down here. It doesn't really matter. Do I even need to save these? Probably not. I can just do this. Okay. So we're going to get some input of coordinates, and we're going to show the board saying we chose those. Then we're going to get more coordinates, and then we're going to show board with those 2 coordinates sent, and those are what we want to have revealed. And then we're going to wait 2 seconds, and then if the first tile matches the second tile, then we're going to say the current board is going to get whatever the actual tile is, and the current board is going to get the other tile as well. I should probably define board. Board equals list this times 4 for I in range 4. Great. So this goes through 4 rows and says we're going to make a list comprehension, and each element in it is going to be a list, and that list is the asterisk character multiplied by 4, which is just 4 of them. I honestly could have it's marginally shorter this way. If it were multiplying by a large number, it would be a lot more readable instead of, you know, going like this. Whatever. So this way we can see that there are 4 of them, and if we want to change that, it's right there. Actually, yeah. I was thinking, should we have a size equals 4 or something? No, I don't want to do that. It will be a magic number. Whatever. Sometimes I say whatever, I don't care, I'll fix it later, and then I think for like 5 seconds, and I go, I'm going to change that right now, but this time, no. It's going to be 4. The number of the counting shall be 3. It's perfectly appropriate to have a Monty Python reference in a Python stream because the Python language really is named after Monty Python. If you didn't know that. Has nothing to do with snakes. It's Monty Python. So we have our board that starts as this, which is with asterisks. And if those two tiles match, we're going to say that board is now this. For row and range this, for column and range that. If this row and column are one of the tiles that we picked, then we will display it. Print that from the answer key, we'll show that row and column with no end, and flush will be true. Yes. And if it's not one of the tiles that we specifically want to show, just print the regular board. Okay. Good. How about print matched? Okay. And do that. Else print not a match. I don't know. Not a match. And then should we show board at the beginning? I don't know. This should return. Oh. This will need to somewhere we've got we have to figure out when we have one. If any, I want to see if there are any asterisks in the board. In any row of the board. Because the board will never have any asterisks, it only contains lists. Remember that? So if any this in row for row in board, return false. No, return true because we want to keep going. And otherwise it'll return none. So we're going to run choose, and we're going to say, okay, choose, and they're going to choose one of these and show board with that, and then say, what else do you want? And then we're going to show the board with that, and then 2 seconds later, if it's a match, we're going to say matched, and change it, and if not, we're just going to say, no, it's not a match. And if there are still non-matches in the board, we're going to say true, keep going, and then the loop will continue. Let's save this and run it. Memory tile console. Okay. So now it's saving. Yeah. Hard drive access light is on. Okay, now it's saved. So is that gonna work? Probably missing stuff. So it's gonna start out by showing the board with nothing. Right, very good. And then it's gonna have us choose something. Oh, note that this only works with a board size of 9 in each dimension or lower. Because if we do, for example, 12.5, then that's 3 characters, and that doesn't work. We would have to split, or say the first 2 characters and have it 0 padded or something. Because what if there are 11, for example, and the user enters 111? Is that 111 or 11.1? There is literally no way to know. So we would have to either 0 pad it for 0111 or 1101, depending on which one, and or we could say split it with a comma, 1,11 or 11,1. But it's a small board for now, so we're going to do that, etc. Matched, and is this, or say not a match, and keep going, and then we're going to say what do you want to do, etc. until it's done, at which point it will say print done. Okay. Note how there's no challenge here. There's no maximum number of failures or time limit or anything. So we could add that. Start a timer at the beginning, and then at the very end say your time is whatever. That's fine. But for now, let's run this and see what happens. Okay. Memory, whatever, this. I wonder if it'll crash immediately. Who knows? But we shall see. Oh, it's doing things. How about 0, 0? And there's a G over there. How about 0, 1? And there's a D. Not a match. Okay. How about 0, 2, and 0, 3? F and E, not a match. I don't think I actually need that because it will remain. Is this the only thing I do with time.sleep? I actually thought it was going unresponsive. Technically it is, but I thought it was like broken, taking forever to process. It's not. I have a sleep in there. That's fine. I don't need it though, because we can still see, so that's fine. GD. It's not a very good memory game because it doesn't clear the console window each time, so we can see what we did. It's kind of funny. A memory thing where you can scroll up and see the history of the, I could always put like an os.system CLS. If you recall, if your memory serves, a few minutes ago, barely a minute ago, when I was getting the console ready, I browsed to where this to where the script is, and then I did CLS. That's clear screen. It works in Windows. Don't know what it does in Linux and Mac. So if I did that, it would pretty sure it would work in Windows. But that's the extent. So I'm not gonna try that yet. G, D, F, and E. How about the next one? 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Actually, it was G, D, F, E. Let's do 0, 3, and 1, 1. 0, 3, and 1, 1. Aha. Matched. Very good. I'm gonna actually write down what the board looks like. G, D, F, E, and then, is that a C? C, E, something, something. Great. 1, 2, and 1, 3. Notice how the E's are remaining. Not a match. H and G. Some people, when faced with something like this that they want to remember, get a piece of scratch paper, like an old envelope or something, and a pen. Surely I have a pen somewhere. These are pens. And a pen. Do you recall these implements? I don't really use them anymore. When I have to write something down, like put my signature on a receipt or something, I go, what this? Because I don't. Who does that? Just open an instance of Notepad and get on with your life, right? Anyway, paper. Here's a match. 0, 0, and 1, 3. Matched. Yay. How about 2, 0? That's an A. How about 2, 1? That's an F. So how about 2, 1 and 0, 2? Matched. Yay. What else do we have? A, F, and there's the F that we matched. Okay. 2, 2, 2. There's a B, and 2, 3. I think I would like to show perhaps something different, because I'm having trouble picking out which ones are the ones I just turned over. Here's what I'll do. I'll do in showboard. If it is one of the specified ones, I'll print this dot lower. Perfect. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Not a match. A, F, B, and C. Oh, let's do 2, 3, and 1, 0. And those are a match. See, right over here and right over there. Very good. How about 3, 0? That's H, and that means we had that in 1, 2. Yep, that's a match. And 2, 1. What is that? Oh. I already have that. Match should just say matched and not do anything. Perfect. I picked one that was already there and it didn't explode. That was intentional. 0, 1, 2. I need 3, 1 for that last row, and that's a D. So that's 0, 1. Because this one right here, my memory is so great with Notepad. And how about 3, 2? That's a B. So 2, 2 is the other one. There we go. Matched. And now the only ones left are 2, 0 and 3, 3. 2, 0 and 3, 3. And now I win the game. Done. So let's hide that, And I'm going to save this. That was not hard, was it? I mean, it's not much of a memory game, because you can see it. Let's Google how to this stream not sponsored by Google. If everyone had to mention that Google wasn't paying them to say Google every time they said it, that would add a lot of filler to everything, because Google is very popular. Clear terminal on Mac. It'd be nice if it was CLS. Clear on Mac. How about Linux? You can do so easily in a couple different ways. I just want tput reset. I don't know. Clear. Or Control L is faster. How about, does clear work in Windows? It does not. So, won't work. There's no way to do that cross-platform as far as I know. Clear terminal, cross-platform. How do I clear the console in both Windows and Linux using C++? Short answer, you can't. Longer answer, use a curses library. So you can't. That's the short answer. All I did was Google clear terminal cross-platform. You cannot get eFlask. Not actually remotely related to can't get eFlask, because it very clearly says that you can't do it, and it's very understandable why, because they're different commands. So you have to import a library and it'll determine what's happening. So it doesn't do that. I could have it print a bunch of carriage returns. And that would be a kind of manual clearing the screen. Let's put that back in there. I could do this. I could have it do that basically. There's a big ol' spider, about yay big. I'm gonna see if I can hang on. Okay, hello again. Sorry for the commercial break. The spider went under the molding. It's in the walls now, basically. If you're not familiar with molding for part of houses, where the wall meets the floor, you might have, it's just like a piece of wood, like a 1x4-ish sort of thing, and it's just like a slat of wood that just kind of lines. You have the wall and the floor. It's a little piece of wood that just goes here, and it's generally decorative, so it's like scalloped and whatnot. I can put molding. Is there a picture of... You can Google molding with a U. Oh, or an O, either way. So just Google molding and you'll see what it is. Apparently there's like 0.5 millimeter of space between the molding and the floor, and Spider's like, that's where I'm going. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is too big to fit between the molding and the floor, but now the spider is in the walls, so that's delightful. I love spiders so much. They totally belong on this planet. Not aliens at all. Anyway. Oh, do I see it again? I think I do. Okay. Give me another few minutes, or I will not be able to sleep tonight, because I'll be like, is the spider gonna jump in my face while I'm asleep? Program's running fine anyway. Just give me a moment. I will be back to deliver, you know, to do things. Anyway, hang on. Hello again. I saw the spider. It was out of the molding, and then it decided to go under the my desk is more like a table. The leg goes down and then splits and then has two little feet. It went under the split area, and then I lost it. It's gone. You know how in like an Aliens movie, they'll have Blue walking around with their smart guns or something, and they're all creeping, and then the music kind of dies down for a little bit. Then they give it 2 or 3 seconds, and then your heart starts going, something's gonna happen. And then an alien like explodes out of the wall, and the music starts up like really, really loud. It's called the jump scare. That's what the spider's gonna do. Spider doesn't want to just, you know, kind of hang out in the corner of the room and wait for bugs. No. Wants to crawl around and be like, hey, this is my room. This is my room. Here's mine. Wow. Spiders. And my more avid viewers will recall the time I was playing Armorines Project Swarm, the game where you shoot giant bugs. There was another spider, and I swear I don't live in Australia. But the spider that was like hanging around, and then it crawled into the spine of my checkbook. That was an interesting time. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Hopefully, I will tell myself it's not going to crawl up my feet. I don't want that. I don't like spiders. Sorry, viewers who love spiders, but none of you are watching the live stream right now. I know this because there's no one watching. That's okay. It will be archived. But yeah. If they could just hang out somewhere that I couldn't see them or know that they existed or interact with them in any way, that would be great. Now let's see about this. So I could have it print a bunch of empty lines. It wouldn't show up with the prompt like this thing over there. It would just be empty space. And then yeah, I could do that. But I don't think I will. I don't feel like it. So this is going to be a very easy memory game, and it will be time-based. We're gonna have import time again, actually. T equals time dot clock. Time, there's like 8 different methods to get the time. There's monotonic, there's clock, there's time, there's perf counter. I don't really remember what the difference is. I don't think it matters. Where is that spider? See, I know it still exists because I have what's called object permanence, I think. Some kind of permanence, something. Keep moving the chair around and the wheel goes over the headphone wire. I'm sure it doesn't like that. Spider. Hello and goodbye. I don't know. Anyway. Spiders, I don't like them. Maybe I'll do a stream one day about how spiders are alien invaders that have too many legs. The proper number of limbs for a living creature is 4. Plus a tail, maybe. That's not really a limb. It's an appendage, I guess. 4. That includes people, you know, hands and the feet. And this is species-wise, not for individuals. So if someone is missing an arm or something, that's fine. That's not bad. I mean, it's bad generally because people don't like to be missing a limb, but it's not. They're not aliens because they're people. That's very circular logic. But people, dogs, cats. You know, some people keep spiders as pets. Did you know that? That idea worries me. You're keeping a spider as a pet. It's your buddy. A spider. A spider. I don't even know what to say about that because it doesn't make any sense. It's like adding 2 and 3 and expecting 5,000. It's like it's just not how it works, but you keep wanting to do it. I really hope the spider stays away from any areas where I am. It's been generally off to the side. I'm just kind of exploring the dark spaces, but I want it to not be there anymore. The same way Stewie Griffin from Family Guy feels about Lois. It's not so much that I want to kill her, I just want her not to be alive anymore. So I don't want to kill spiders, I just want them not not to be here. They can even still be alive. I just don't want them here in any way. Okay, let me turn off this for the moment. And my goodness, I may have arachnophobia. Maybe. I mean, I'm not a quivering mess, but I'm very looking around and being like, it's there, over there. It's gonna pop out and get the scare cord, is what it's called. You can Google that too. That's instead of just, you know, a monster popping out of the they have like a sound effect with it too that's very loud and sudden. It's basically like someone saying boo when they pop out at you. It's a very cheap scare, but it's very popular because it's very effective. It's not like I'm reminded of a Calvin and Hobbes comic that was Calvin had the hiccups and he said, scare me, and that'll get rid of him. And Hobbes starts saying like, well, the polar ice caps are melting and we're dumping sewage into the ocean. That's not what I meant by scaring me. That doesn't scare you? Wow. Because different kind of scare. But anyway, spiders are all the kinds of scary because they are spiders. They're not anyway, puppies are great. Puppies are really great. I'm just doing a Google image search for puppies. There's a bunch of puppies. That makes me feel better. Okay. If you watching at home currently require images of puppies with all this talk of things with too many legs, you can go right now and Google some puppies or kittens. Those are also just fine. That is much better. Wow. Puppies are really awesome. And funny. Anyway, I feel better. Time, what are we doing? Time dot, I don't know. Monotonic. I remember using that at some point. Done. And time is time dot monotonic minus t. Great. So let's test this one out, I guess. Actually, let's have this do print maybe 30 lines. Print 30 new lines. I don't know. To clear the console. I don't want to do that. No, let's just try this. Command CLS. This thing. What did I do? Done. Oh, I forgot the comma. My bad, Python. Sorry. 0, 0, 0, 1, H and D. 0, 2, 0, 3. Oh, matched already. Great. 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 2, 1, 3. So we've got FGCE. 2, 0, 2, 1. That's DE. 2, 2, 2, 3 is G and H. 3, 0, 3, 1 is AA. Okay. 3, 2, and 3, 3 is F and C. Okay. So 0, 0, 2, 3 matched, very good. 0, 1, and 2, 0. 1, 0, and 3, 2. That's the F. 1, 1, and 2, 2. Matched. How about the C? 1, 2, and 3, 3 matched. What else have we got? Oh, the last one. I mean the last one in this row. The E. 1, 3, and 2, 1. Done. Time 126 point whatever. Great. I think that's it. We win. Where's that darn spider? Seriously, it was big. Is big. I'm sure it still exists. Object permanence. Babies don't have it. That's why peekaboo is a thing for them. You go like this, and then someone else, you know, looking at them can see them go, like they're all confused, like where did they go? What is this? They're gone. How did they make themselves disappear? And then you go like that, and they go, oh, there you are. I was worried that you had fallen into another dimension. They don't have object permanence. That's why peekaboo is a thing. But too much object permanence means there's a spider, and now it's hiding. And now if I don't physically watch it leave or get squished, then it will be there forever, for all eternity. I'm really not fond of spiders. I realize that they serve a vital function in eating bugs. Bats do that too. Bats are pretty cool. I wouldn't want one flying around my room, just like I don't want spiders in my room. So, and I still have bugs sometimes anyways, so they're not doing their job properly. Things with too many legs. Thanks, evolution. Thanks, Obama. I think even Obama has said, thanks, Obama. I'm sure his kids say it all the time. Especially when they're feeling silly. Trying to get a comfortable seat. I'm actually sitting cross-legged on my chair now, because I don't want my feet on the floor where the spider is. If you like spiders, leave a comment saying that you like spiders. And then I will comment saying you're crazy, because they're spiders. Why don't you go hug a puppy instead? Puppies are great. And kittens are hilarious. A friend of mine has, they have an outdoor cat, and she is not spayed. And there's an intact Tom, which is a male cat in the neighborhood. Then they got kittens. So that's how it works. And they have 4 kittens. They're very small and very furry and very funny. When I go visit their house, and I take off my shoes because they have, you know, carpet down and stuff. And I put my shoes down, and then the kittens are like, "This is the best toy ever." So I have like boots, and so they dive into the boot, and they get like their face in it. They dive face first into it. They've got like their little rear end sticking out of the shoe. Then they kind of wiggle around a bit, and the shoe falls down, clunk, and then they kind of somersault out. Amazing kittens. There's a reason they're very popular on the internet. So this is a memory tile game. Kind of longer than some of my other ones. 40 lines rather than like 20 or 30. But you know, whatever. It's still pretty tidy. There's a function to choose and say when we're continuing. There's a function to print the necessary tiles. Yeah, I'm still looking for the spider. I know. And there's even a little timer, because hooray, there wouldn't be any challenge whatsoever if there was no timer and no way to fail, and you can see what you've got, and you can go through there and see. So maybe next coding day will be something like this in tkinter, and we'll have a bunch of buttons that you can click, and when you click it, it'll show the it'll change the button's text to the answer tile for that one, and when you click another one, it'll show the answer for that, and then there will be a 2-second delay before they are hidden again. In this one it wouldn't matter, but in tkinter, where you can't just scroll up, it would matter. So something like that, and that's pretty much it. Buttons with little tiles, and there'll be a similar, the answer and this part will be the same. And showboard, basically, instead of print, and this will be there'll be some a command for each button for clicking it with its appropriate whatever, you know what I mean. And showboard will be a command to change that tile when necessary. So yeah. I think that's it. That's the memory tile console version of the game. There's no error checking, and there's no it doesn't clear the screen. And what else did I not have? Oh, I hard-coded this because I don't care. But generally, I mean, the game mechanics are right there, and it works fine. So the key is to have a separate answer key and a visible board. So that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed and learned things about Python, rather than just, things about how I am not fond of spiders. And join me for tomorrow's stream about, I don't know, a game of some kind. I have lots of games. I'm not quite sure what to keep programming here. But games, I have many of those. There's, 100 heroes in Dota 2. And there's always champs I haven't played in LoL. Although I don't have nearly all of them. And I have many Steam games. So yeah. That's it for tonight. And join me again later for some kind of game. And then after that, this with graphics. And I will see you then. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.